In this part, I will show you how to edit and adjust character styles and paragraph styles without breaking the whole book. And we will also discuss layers, and I will show you some specific features of Find and Replace tool. Let's begin. Okay, let's look at the Styles panel. We have already discussed a lot about this panel and we were working a lot with this panel. You already know how to create new paragraph style, how to create new character style, and this button is also interesting. It creates a group style. So think of it as creating a base style, like creating the higher style in hierarchy, like base here. We can create a style that will be inherited by other styles in this group. So for example, let's just click OK, and we have new style named style. And when we create another paragraph style, we can go to style and based on style here. So, and everything and every other style we can create and set that all the settings will be inherited from the style panel here, so the parent panel. And this makes our work more efficient. We can create a lot of styles and connect it to the parent style, and whenever we change the parent style, it will change other styles that are connected to it. Of course, if there is no local editing or anything like that, which are unique to every sub-style, so to every style in that group. And this button here, it's called Update Paragraph Style, so it's the same as here. Whenever you make changes, and then you can click here to update the paragraph style, the same with the character style. And of course delete the style here. This button, it's called reapply text style, but actually what it does is it resets the style. So for example, here we have heading 2. We can locally change it to, for example, this font, make it big, and then we can click here to reset. Okay, it returns to original heading 2 style. And we can look at the text style editor here. We need to use text style editor when we want to make just some precise changes to the text style. For example, we have a text style like heading 2, and every paragraph inside the book can be a little bit different, with local styles, with local editing. Or let's say that, let's for example look here, it's drop cap general, but we can just manually edit only this paragraph. Okay, let's go to drop cap and distance from text here. This is our local editing. We enlarged the distance to text to 7. But other paragraphs are not set like this. And if we have a lot of paragraphs with the same style, with the same paragraph style, but with many local editings, which doesn't make sense to update or to apply for the whole style. And then if we want to make a change that should apply to a whole style, to all of the paragraphs inside the book, of course, it is already a bad idea to update a style looking at some paragraph, because every paragraph has local editing. I hope it makes sense. And in this case, to make the precise change to all paragraphs inside the text, but with keeping the local editing, that you do not destroy anything, or if you don't want, after updating the text style or text paragraph, you don't want your book content to jump here and there, then you need to change to make the changes inside text style editor. So how does it work? For example, here the drop cap, yes, and you can just make some precise changes. So let's say that now we want to change the font to not Crimson Pro, but something different, and to all paragraphs inside the book. So let's say we want to change to Arial. You see, it changed to Arial, but it keeps the manual editing of the text distance to text here. So it's kept at 7. And if we look at the next chapter, okay, here we see that it's already also Arial, but the distance to text is 1 millimeter, so it didn't change. So here it didn't change. Okay. But if we were updated here, like clicking this button, and you see that every paragraph inside the book that has this paragraph style also changed, which was not what we intended. So for example, T has changed, but let's look at M. It also has changed. Now here is just wide distance here. Let's move it back. So like 3 millimeters, it looks okay. And here it looks okay. So every paragraph has its own local editing. And if we would change again, if we would do like this, and then say, this time we want this font, and let's update this, we see that it updates, but here the local change stays the same, okay, because as we remember, local changing stays the same. But here we see that it inherited the 7 millimeters that we updated above, but we don't want to do that, okay? Here should be like this, okay, 2 millimeters. Here we have 2 millimeters. It's local editing. Here we have 7, okay. Here we have 2, and so on and so on. And here again we have how much? 7. And let's change it back to Arial. And if we hit again here, you know what happens. Yes, everything breaks. So we need to go to drop cap, edit drop cap, font should be Arial back again, and see it's still 7 millimeters here, and Arial font. Here it's Arial with 3 millimeters, which is okay, which is great. We didn't want to change that. And here with O we have 2. I hope it makes sense. But if you want some guidance from me, if you want me to look at your formatting and say what's wrong, what's holding you back, what's bringing the issue, I have some free spots in my calendar and we can make a Zoom call. The link in the description below. Now let's discuss one more feature of the group styles. Let's rename this to main style. Okay, and the font, let's choose Arial. Click OK. Now we can make this style as our parent style and set other styles to inherit the fonts and other settings from the main style here. Okay, let's check this. Heading 2, let's edit this. Click here, style. You see, currently it's based on body. We can change it so it's based on main style here. And click OK. So the font now is Arial. It's coming from our main style here. Let's change that once again. Okay, now this time we want to change it to something different. Maybe something like this. And you see it's already changed. Okay. And in the drop cap, we can also change this. go to style based on main style. Okay, now it didn't change because drop cap style has the font family set as Arial. So this font style belongs exclusively to drop cap, and this overrides the font settings from the main style. So we can change it to no change. So no change will be made to the main style font. Okay. And now it's the same. In these settings, there is also one more feature. You can choose the next style here. What should be the next style? Let's say that after this paragraph, our next style is bullet. Of course, it doesn't happen automatically, meaning that this paragraph here will not change to bullet. But if you are typing and you press enter, so create a new paragraph, you see it's a bullet. So the next style after this paragraph is bullet 1 paragraph style. Okay, let's remove that. You see there is also next level. It works with the headings. So the next level is heading 2, and it also works with lists. Okay, let's look at the layers panel. Since we have a master page and we have our text frame in master page, you see this layer belongs to master page and everything inside the master page. We have left text frame, we have the right text frame, and they are blocked. Okay, we cannot move them around, and I will show you a little bit later how you can move things around. Okay, let's create some new thing here. Let's bring the box here, and you see a rectangle is another layer. So it works as in any other graphic design softwares like Photoshop and so on. So we have many layers. We can copy that, and we have another rectangle. Yes, we can bring this rectangle behind the master page, and now this rectangle is behind the master page. So this is actually it about the layers, and you have blending modes, but it's mostly related to images, how images blend with each other, and some other colored elements. We can discuss that a little bit later when we will discuss the images, how we can place images and so on. And of course we can control the opacity. Let's move up and let's make it 80%. You see, we can barely see the text, but if we bring it down to 30%, so it's getting more clear. Now let's look at find and replace panel. It works as with many other text editors. You can search for a word, text, for example, like here. It's here, and replace it with something different. Yes, and that should work here. Okay, let's remove. Let's go back. And you can also search for specific paragraph style. We can find all heading 1 paragraph styles. So all paragraphs with heading 1 paragraph style. Okay. And we can also find, for example, any character style, or let's find all bullets. So let's find all drop caps. Okay, it also works. And we can also find character styles. So let's find heading 1. Yes, it shows no results found. Although we know that there are heading 1 cap characters in our book. It happens because we are looking here for drop cap paragraph style and heading 1 cap. So for both these two parameters we are looking for at the same time. We need to remove drop cap from our search. For that, you should reset format and then start searching again for heading 1 cap, and it's here. We can also force to match cases in our search terms, or match whole word only, or we can use regular expressions. Regular expressions are worth another video, and we will cover it in further parts. Okay, I hope it was helpful for you. And this is actually everything from layers and text styles panels that you need for formatting your book. And in the next part, we will discuss how to insert images, how to place images into your book, and how to work with them.